Today, he is facing 25 years in prison for attempted murder. A few years ago, he won a Super Bowl with the greatest quarterback of all time, Antonio Brown's downfall is so crazy that if you wrote his life story as a movie script, people would say it's too wild to be true. Sideline temper tantrums, threatening words to reporters, tweets that sound like a 13-year-old boy wrote them, celebrating losing $30 million, public meltdowns that almost hurt a child, and firing shots in a crowd of innocent people. And on top of all that, he brutally disrespected the only man who believed in him when nobody else did, Tom Brady. This is how Antonio Brown went from a future Hall of Famer to a Twitter troll facing prison time. A player like Antonio Brown was never supposed to be a Super Bowl champion. He was picked in the 6th round of the 2010 NFL Draft. 194 players got chosen before him, and 21 of them were wide receivers, the same position he played. Most players picked this late never expect to play much outside of practice. So when he got to the Pittsburgh Steelers practice camp, he did everything he could to impress the coaches. We're in practice every day, and he's torching our #1 corners like our top guys, and we're like, is this practice or is this for real? Like you don't naturally pay attention to a 6th rounder, but you noticed him, like when he's walking around. His focus, like his gaze is there. Somebody's speaking, he's really listening. You can feel him taking that in. The very first time AB got his hands on the ball in an NFL game, he took it 97 yards for a touchdown. Even with all his talent, Antonio spent most of his first season on the sideline. In his second year, he played more, catching 69 passes, and getting over 1,000 receiving yards. He was also really good at kick returns and got picked for the 2012 Pro Bowl. By then he had proved himself to the Steelers, and they gave him a 5-year contract extension worth $42 million. By 2014, he was already ranked the 23rd best player in the league by other players after a great 1,500-yard season with 8 touchdowns. But somehow he did even better the next year with almost 1,700 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns. Antonio Brown seemed unstoppable. He was on track to be one of the greatest wide receivers ever in NFL history. But then one single play changed everything for him. Went to the head. Lewis Harris is going to be flagged for this on the hit on Antonio Brown during a playoff game. Cincinnati Bengals linebacker Vontaze Burfict charged hard into AB's head, knocking him out cold and giving him a bad concussion. This hit led to some new rules in the league that are still there today. Vontaze Burfict got fined $50,000 and suspended for the first 3 games of the next season. Many people think this hit was the start of everything going wrong for Antonio, and that now he has CTE, a bad brain disease from hits to the head. But it's not that simple. Research says CTE comes from many hits to the head over a long time. There's no strong proof that one or a few concussions or occasional head hits lead to CTE. Still, AB took hits to his head his whole life. This was just the worst one. The biggest reason people think AB has CTE is his behavior. The Boston University CTE Center is one of the top places studying this, and they say you can't know for sure someone has CTE until they die and doctors look at their brain. But they have studies saying getting super emotional, having a short temper, being out of control, violent in actions or words matches people with CTE. And those signs usually come on slowly over years. In a way, I think, people hope he has a brain disease, because AB went from a focused, hard, working young man to someone dangerous and violent who destroys everything. As I've gotten older, I sometimes think, it's time to take my own health more seriously. I have some symptoms I try to figure out online instead of seeing a doctor like I should. That's why I was happy to find today's sponsor, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free website that helps you find and book good in-network doctors so you can pick someone you like. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 150,000 providers in all 50 states. Whether you need skin care, dental, regular doctor, eye care, or one of over 200 other specialties on ZocDoc, you can search by specialty or symptom to find the right care team. You can see thousands of real patient reviews to know what the doctor is like, so you book with confidence. When you're ready, you see their real time openings and click to book right away. Appointments through ZocDoc happen fast, usually in 24 to 72 hours. You can even get same-day visits. Go to zocdoc.com/PatrickCC, also linked in the description, to find and book with a top-rated in-network doctor today. Problems started showing in the 2016 playoffs, when Antonio strangely live-streamed from the locker room on Facebook after beating the Kansas City Chiefs. In the stream, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin could be heard talking bad about their next opponent, the New England Patriots. Let's start off a day and a half. They played yesterday. Our game got tonight. We going to touch down at 4 o'clock in the morning. So be it. We'll be ready for the but you ain't got to tell when they start coming. Some of us might not like. Ironically, you can hear guys saying to keep it low-key and stay off social media, not knowing AB was recording it. Well, keep it cool on social media, man. This is about us. Nobody else, man. No, I think we can all agree that this locker room talk is pretty mild. Probably normal for most teams, but it's about respect. Live streaming in the locker room breaks privacy, and it's just easy not to do it. It also came out that AB had a $244,000 deal with Facebook to live stream, making you wonder what he cared about most. Antonio said sorry for the stream, and Coach Tomlin hinted he could get cut if he didn't fix his behavior. I definitely don't want that to be his story. I'm sure he doesn't want that to be his story. So he has to address these things. The team tried to move past it, and Antonio kept playing great. For 2016 and 2017, he was ranked fourth best player in the league, and in 2018 he was second overall, only behind Tom Brady. But this seemed to make his ego bigger and caused extra drama for the Steelers. He showed up to camp in a helicopter and was 4 hours late to a kid's hospital visit. He acted like the team's big star and threw fits if treated any less, which started problems with quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. Before the bad hit, the two had great teamwork, and Antonio always spoke nice about Ben. Anytime you got a great quarterback, man, with 2 championship rings, a competitor like Ben, man, says that, man, that just add fruit to the fire. And it's definitely gratifying, definitely humbling. You know, it's honor to have him say that about me. But things changed. In a game against the Baltimore Ravens, Roethlisberger missed Brown, who was wide open. AB walked to the sideline and lost it, yelling at coaches and flipping a water cooler. Temper fits were normal now, and Coach Mike Tomlin said this is not Antonio's first rodeo. Ben tried to stay calm but was clearly annoyed. He said he's superhuman on the field, and when that happens it almost brings him back to being a regular guy because it gets in his head and messes with all of us. Not trying to call AB out. I just think this is causing a distraction we don't need. But things got way worse because Antonio went from small distractions to real crimes. We are following a developing story involving Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown. We've learned that he is facing a lawsuit in Florida. This is a civil suit. After walking into his Miami apartment, Brown found $80,000 in cash and his 9mm gun missing. He called police saying the cleaning crew stole it, but no one got arrested. The next day, Brown got super mad and threw furniture off the 14th floor balcony. Cameras showed things falling near the pool, almost hitting people below. One was a little kid almost hit by big vases. Brown also broke mirrors, lights, and punched walls, about $80,000 in damage. The apartment sued him for repairs and the child's guardians sued too. Even with this big warning sign, the Steelers kept ignoring his bad behavior because he was so good on the field. But it was getting too much. The next season, in a Week 2 game against the Kansas City Chiefs, Antonio got mad about not getting the ball enough. He looked upset on the sideline, didn't celebrate with teammates after scoring, and skipped talking to media after. Former Steelers worker said AB should thank his stars because he played with Ben and Ben got him paid. You know he wouldn't put up those numbers elsewhere. Instead of letting it go, AB tweeted, "Trade me. Let's find out." He deleted it fast, but the damage was done and talks about him wanting out grew. From then on, anyone who said anything bad about AB got hit by his Twitter. In response to a story about his off-field ways, he threatened the writer in a deleted tweet, "Jesse Washington, wait till I see you, bro. We going to see what your jaw like." Everything hit the breaking point in Week 17. The Steelers had an 8-6-1 record and needed a win to make playoffs. Roethlisberger got more upset with AB late in the season, calling him out in meetings and wanting him off practice. An insider said Wednesday in practice he ran the wrong route. Big Ben threw the ball on the ground, said, "Get him out of here. Get somebody else in there." That's when AB lost it, yelling bad words at his quarterback and throwing a ball at him. Antonio left the building soon after and didn't practice the rest of the week. When asked why he was gone, Coach Tomlin tried to cover it and blamed his knee. Brown was set to play the next game, but when he learned he was benched, he left the stadium at halftime. By then the relationship with the team was broken, and Antonio asked for a trade from Pittsburgh. And even though that was bad, in the next couple years AB would ruin his NFL name forever. The Las Vegas Raiders traded for him in March 2019. The Raiders hoped a fresh start could bring back the old drama-free AB where he was the top guy, but it didn't work. While getting ready for 2019, it came out that Antonio got bad frostbite on his feet from a cryotherapy machine with wrong shoes, so he missed almost all training camp. Already in bad news, Antonio acted very unprofessional when he came back. His favorite old helmet model got banned by the NFL, so he had to use a new approved one. When he got it, Antonio complained loud and stormed out mad. He said the new helmet blocked his view and made catching hard, so he kept trying to sneak his old helmet on the field. He even painted it Raiders colors but got caught and had to use the new one. Frustrated, he threatened to quit if they didn't let him. After weeks of arguing, AB finally agreed to wear the approved helmet. But more drama came. Fast. 4 missing practices without excuse. He got fined $13,000. He posted on Instagram, "When your own team wants to hate, but there's nothing stopping me." The devil is a lie. Everyone got to pay this year. So we clear. A leaked paper showed another $40,000 fine and warnings for more trouble. The next day, AB went to Raiders GM Mike Mayock about it. He cursed at the man who pays him, threatened to hit him, and called him a cracker many times. As it got worse, teammates held him back before he broke free, kicked a football, and yelled, "Find me for that." Antonio first said sorry, but then learned $29 million guaranteed money got taken away because of his actions. He said, "I have worked my whole life to prove that the system is blind to see talent like mine. That everyone sees it, they want me to conform to the same system that has failed me all those years. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm just asking for the freedom to prove them all wrong. Release me, Raiders." At this point anyone would think he's losing it because his words don't make sense. Antonio acted like the NFL was a prison or bad system with no way out, wearing a safe helmet, showing up to practice, not threatening the GM. These are basic job rules. In return he gets tens of millions guaranteed. Antonio turned small problems into huge fights. So the team let him go that same day. Free. Grandma. They free me. They free me. Grandma, I told you. God is the greatest. My guy acting like he got out of prison. I've never seen someone so happy after losing $30 million. In his Raiders time, Antonio never played a regular game. Yet he caused only drama and trouble. With his past, you'd think no team would want him. That was until the greatest quarterback ever saw something in him no one else did. It's extremely real. A 1-year deal for Antonio Brown with the New England Patriots. Yes, actually the New England Patriots. It's a 1-year deal with up to $15 million. AB got another NFL chance, this time with the Super Bowl champ New England Patriots. Tom Brady was a big reason they signed him, and Tom even let AB stay at his house until he settled in New England. But sadly, Antonio showed he was still trouble in the locker room. Just days after signing, he got named in a lawsuit where a former trainer said he assaulted her many times in 2017 and 2018. Through his lawyer, Brown denied it, saying all their meetings were okay between them. The Patriots said they knew about the suit and would wait for the investigation results before deciding.